What's going on, guys? My name is Leland Henry from LearnHowToWalk.com, and today we're going to be starting out this year's series talking about depression. Depression is one of the most ubiquitous and prevalent mental health issues in the entire world today. It's something that we have all dealt with at some point throughout our lives, and in all honesty, it's something that hinders us from actually living our own lives. First off, how do we define the word depression? There are millions of definitions we could show you today, but as of right now, we'll define it as this. It's having a consistent lack of joy due to isolation, apathy, and a false sense of identity. A recent study conducted by the Anxiety and Depression Association of America has shown that since the year 2015, 16.1 million adults aged 18 years or older in the US have experienced at least one major depressive episode within their freshman year of college. It's been estimated that 322 million people worldwide live with depression on a daily basis, and that 45 million people in the US alone suffer from an anxiety disorder. These statistics alone are enough to prove that depression is a vicious mental illness that is consuming the minds and confidence of millions of college students worldwide. Now, the big question. How do we combat such a widely spread issue, especially in the midst of our own chaotic lives? The answer isn't simple, and in fact, if it was, depression wouldn't be the major pandemic that it is now. We as a website don't have all the answers, but we have come up with a list of steps that we pray will be beneficial towards you in the midst of your depressive episodes. The first step is talking about it. For a majority of people, including myself, that have struggled in the past with depression have all voiced that this is one of the hardest parts. Talking to someone about your problems without feeling judged or even selfish for speaking about what is going on in your life. Whether it be talking to another person or writing down about how you feel, being honest with yourself and speaking about your problems is a truly cathartic and therapeutic process that assists with taking the weight off your shoulders. Finding someone you can talk to, a trusted friend, family member, therapist, counselor, pastor, significant other, whoever it may be, is crucial when combating this issue. Another thing I'd like to reiterate while talking about our problems is that we should be completely authentic and open to whoever it is we are speaking with. We need to keep in mind that other people are only capable of understanding based on how much information we give to them. Being honest with yourself and with others only benefits your recovery in the end. The second step is listening. If you're anything like me, the last thing I want to do when I'm depressed is sit and listen to someone else's story about how they used to be depressed but found freedom from their depression. Even though after your venting period, listening doesn't seem ideal, listening to others' advice is actually one of the most valuable resources you can use in your fight. Proverbs 8:32 says, "And so, my children, listen to me, for all who follow my ways are joyful." I'm not here to say that every single piece of advice that you get will be useful to you, but we never lose anything when we gain advice. Community is a truly beautiful thing, and it's essential for us humans to surround ourselves with people that we can trust and lean into whenever we are struggling. And lastly, number 3, and in our opinion, the most important step, praying about your situation. There are so many terrible, terrible things that affect our world in this day and age. Anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, eating disorders, etc. But if there's one fact throughout this whole video that you can be sure of, it's that all of these terrible things that we think are inconquerable in our own lives are conquerable by the grace of God. Depression has no grip nor power over Jesus. And when we pray prayers that say, "Help me throughout this situation, Jesus, I can't do this without you," those prayers aren't a sign of weakness nor defeat, but they're actually a sign of strength and humility. Maybe you aren't a Christian and you've been dabbling around questions like, what is faith? Or is Jesus even real? Or maybe you're mad at God because you believe He's put you in these terrible situations. The truth is that we can't experience the lessons from God unless we come into the presence of God. Exodus 33:13-14, Moses said to God, "If it is true that you look favorably on me, let me know your ways, so I may understand you more fully and continue to enjoy your favor. And remember that this nation is your very own people." The Lord replied to Moses, "I will personally go with you, Moses, and I will give you rest. Everything will be fine for you. You see, Moses came to God in a time where he had personally grown stressed, depressed, and even began to question the Lord. He told God in verse 12, "Lord, you've been telling me to take these people up to the promised land, but haven't told me whom you will send with me. You told me that you know me by name and you look favorably upon me. If that is true, let me know your ways." And because of his honesty and desire for God's presence, God showed up. I'm not necessarily saying that when you pray about your issues, a big celestial cosmic being is going to appear out of thin air. But I do know that when we draw near to the presence of God, he will draw near to you. Anyways, guys, hopefully this video gave you a little bit more insight on how we should go about fighting depression. Depression is an issue, but like any issue, there is and always will be a resolution. Please feel free to share this video with your friends and classmates or any other student you know who might be struggling with depression. Once again, we are here for you, and we also want to hear from you. Feel free to comment below letting us know what you thought and let us know how we can make these videos more informative. As always, listen, love, and then repeat.